I don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro. This is going to be the second guest video on my channel. I'm currently still finishing up my bachelor's thesis, but luckily I found two promising creators that could help me out. This time we have Never Swim Alone, who was working as a coach for the ex-North American Challenger League team Okami. So you can be sure that this guy knows what he's talking about. So I'd be happy if you could give him a chance, and if you like this video, be sure to also check out his channel. Link is in the description.
In this video, I'm going to go over a Consulate garage hold that is quite meta in competitive play that I think actually has a lot of flaws. In your ranked games, you most likely reinforce lobby hatches, and then if you're on attack, you sit outside a garage breach, and if you're the defenders, you play off the security reinforcement and also the cafeteria reinforcement and peek the baiting attackers outside. But in competitive, what happens a lot is we see a B1 or public bathroom hold to extend the Consulate garage site. There are a lot of variations of what a bathroom hold looks like, but most of the time you have a shotgun inside of the public bathroom area. There is always going to be this reinforcement to prevent the line of sight from outside, allow a safe drop down the hatch, and some variation of reinforcements from piano into B1, as well as ADSs to support that player. There are other forms of bathroom holds where you might have a black window that looks into piano to give this player in bathroom more influence, or also out into ante. You've started to see more and more teams try to allow the bathroom player to contest onto yellow stairs. Right off the bat though, I think something that needs to be stated is the amount of utility dedicated to holding an area of the map that actually has very little influence over the outcome of the round. The issue being, attackers are almost always going to try to attempt a plant in front of white. And in most cases, they're never going to flood past that. And it just so happens, the line of sight the defender gets from bathroom hatch doesn't really extend anywhere further than black car. But let me take a step back real quick. Why would you want to do a bathroom hold? The reason why you'd want to do a bathroom hold is because you know a team is trying to clear top down. Presenting an obstacle, like a player in bathroom, prevents the attackers from being able to do vertical play over piano very quickly. It's still difficult for me to talk about the benefits of a bathroom hold without pointing out an obvious flaw, which is that if an attacker holds from lobby, the rotation out of bathroom, then the defender never has any influence over the outcome of a player doing vertical play inside a piano. That is, of course, unless the player inside a bathroom has a C4 which they can lob onto the player, but that's really just it. The meta doesn't really orient attackers to opening up the bathroom hatch to put pressure onto players' pipes, back white, or even cardboard box. In fact, the lines of sight that the hatch provides attackers is actually extremely favorable when you look at it, but it's just not really map control that attackers often feel the need to rotate a hard breach over to open. And then let's say that attackers do decide to try to clear the person inside the bathroom. In a lot of ways, this should be a freebie. Well, the issue with that, of course, is now the defenders have actually dedicated a ton of utility to supporting this player inside of this position. Not only that, we have a player with a shotgun, sometimes a Jaeger, maybe even Ella, who is going to prevent that entry in through this one doorway. Additionally, defenders below inside of garage can support the player in bathroom vertically through soft destruction right outside of ante. Not only that, but there's the fear of C4 as well underneath while you're trying to clear the player inside of bathroom from ante. And frankly, that's really all I can say about the benefits of doing a bathroom hold. The truth is, if the attackers want to push the player outside a bathroom, they have a ton of ways to do that. The first method is vertically. You can create a line of sight from CEO down onto the stalls. It's also great for dropping utility down onto player bathroom. The other method is to breach either one of these walls, the hatch drop, or the soft wall right next to it. If you open up the hatch drop wall, then what happens is you get that super long line of sight as an attacker onto cardboard box and side or back white. So that's actually extremely strong for the attackers to do just to create that line of sight for them. Not only that, but opening up that wall will also open up the hatch even if it's reinforced. And then opening up this soft wall into the toilet section of the bathroom is also really advantageous because a lot of times the utility that will be stacked will be facing that breach, and we're already creating a pinch now onto the player inside the bathroom. Additionally, like I mentioned, the player in bathroom C4ing over the wall, attackers can use projectiles to go over the bathroom wall as well from piano. The other issue I have is there are still methods to get denial off of the garage wall without ever even having to step inside a piano. You can go upside down from piano rappel and remove the denial on the wall with Ash or Zofia. You can also just peek from yellow stairs. In fact, the only real trick I think that the bathroom hold has is if you go into the corner by the hatch drop as a defender, it creates an incredibly narrow angle that a attacker is going to clear last that you can hide in, but not only that, you hear a sound cue as if the player has dropped. And let's talk about that drop. If the player inside a bathroom does get a wall opened up, the natural response is going to be to drop down the hatch. The issue with this, of course, is the fact that attackers are more likely than not going to be holding the garage breach. The only time a player survives the drop is if the attackers, for whatever reason, have not rotated their hard breach over to garage wall after getting control of piano. So you might be wondering if the way that competitive teams are holding garage inside a public bathroom is so bad, then what's the alternative? Well, the first solution is the turtle, but a lot of times this isn't practical because attackers breach the wall, bait outside, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Instead, what I'm going to suggest is to defend the middle floor the same way we defend lobby and piano site. The core of any lobby piano defense is to hold vertically inside of CEO and what I like to call rug. The reason is because you can play very long angles that contest the quote no man's land of long desk and also meeting. This prevents that full roam clear that the attackers are already doing if they're going into a bathroom hold. Additionally, if they're not clearing top down across from admin, then as defenders we have the benefit of the meeting run out onto piano rappel, as well as we can peek outside of CEO windows onto the garage breach if those attackers are sitting outside of garage. Additionally, we also have control over the two primary hatches, specifically the cubby hatch inside of CEO that looks down onto piano to prevent the attackers from doing any vertical play safely. There's also this specific line of sight that you can get from top of yellow down onto a player moving from ante into piano. And in the worst case, where the attackers are sitting outside a garage and are trying to plant front white, we can go into piano and create our own vertical soft destruction to contest that plant as the players above inside of CEO. So in sum, the bathroom hold over Consulate garage can be dealt with way too easily, doesn't really give the defenders control over piano in any meaningful way, and holding above actually gives us even more flexibility in terms of how we deal with the attackers if they're clearing top down or baiting outside of the garage breach.
Alright, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to his channel. I'll be back next week with a regular video again. See you then.